is the best part of the evening, where we are actually going to honor our volunteers for 2010. And I want to say to you, we had 1,234 people who volunteered this year at the McGaw YMCA. Let's give all those They volunteered 12,977 hours. I think that deserves a lot. Muhammad Ali said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." Somebody else said about volunteers, they don't necessarily have the time, but they have the heart. And I want to say, together with Shakespeare this evening, to all our 2010 volunteers, I can no other answer make, but thanks and thanks. I now call Matt to come and introduce our first volunteers.
Good evening. My name is Matt Johnson. I work at the Y as Vice President of Marketing and Development, and I am involved in the 125th anniversary celebration. It is my sincere pleasure to acknowledge and award the first McGaw Volunteer of the Year award to 4 people, 2 couples, Patty and Bob Reece and Jan and Tom Hazlett. This is a fiscal year 2010 award, but really the Reeces and the Hazletts have been involved since January of 2009 in really planning and then now executing the 125th anniversary celebration. We started talking to them and planning for this in January of 29, and by the end of this, they will have worked over 2 years in really giving their time and their expertise for this 125th anniversary. And as Sonja said, their heart has truly been in this whole effort, the 125th anniversary effort. We have 13 committees working on, with over 100 volunteers that they are working with. And the respect that they have in the community and their name recognition in the community really is part of the reason why many of, if not all of those volunteers came to join the subcommittees and the committees of this 125th anniversary celebration. They have been passionate spokespersons, they have been solicitors, recruiters, all over the place talking about our goals for the 125th, which is reconnecting and celebrating and really recognizing all the things that McGaw Y has done in the community since 1885, which is amazing. So, on behalf of the McGaw Y, thank you very, very much for your time and your expertise and all that you've brought to this year and continue to bring to this year up until January 2011. Thank you. And now, Bill is going to introduce the next volunteer.
Thank you, Matt. And I want to take this opportunity to recognize Matt and his whole team for the terrific work that they've done for our 125th anniversary. And I'd like to also express my appreciation to the Reeces and the Hazletts for their great support this year. Thank you all. John, would you step up, please? Following 7 years of service on the McGaw YMCA Board of Directors, the last 2 as board chair, John Peterson stepped down from the board. During his tenure on the board, John served on numerous committees and chaired the Human Resources Committee. As board chair, he served as chair of the executive committee while providing strong, caring leadership to the board and the McGaw YMCA. There were countless times I met John for counsel as board chair, as an attorney, and as someone whose perspective and opinion I deeply respect. Without exception, I got timely, thoughtful counsel and valuable support. Since stepping down as chair, John has continued to provide leadership to the McGaw YMCA. John chaired the Strategic Plan Task Force and produced our current strategic plan. Staff, volunteers, and community members have all commented on the clarity, simplicity, and focus of our current strategic plan. In addition, John agreed to serve again as chair of the Human Resources Committee when it became necessary to replace the chair. Finally, John has provided significant counsel and support to the board on a pro bono basis. John's leadership style inspires others to serve, his ability to communicate clearly engages others, and his support as a donor, and along with his wife Jane, as a participant in YMCA events is steadfast. Please join me in thanking John Peterson for his continued commitment to the McGaw YMCA and our community, and recognize his selection as a Volunteer of the Year for 2010.